Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.
After a frustrating 0-6 start to the 2011 campaign, Joe Madden and the Rays did not hit the panic button, instead sticking to the game plan. Great pitching, spectacular defense, and timely hitting. And now the Rays have won 8 of 9, moving to the 500 mark. Tonight, big right-hander Jeff Neiman looks to build off his impressive outing Saturday and propel the Rays to a sweep over the White Sox. Catch all the action on Sun Sports. It has been an amazing early season turnaround for the Rays. As we welcome you to Tropicana Field tonight, the Rays take on the Chicago White Sox. They're looking for a 4-game sweep, trying to finish this 8-game homestand 7-1. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball. I'm Dwayne Statz with Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Todd Callis as usual throughout the evening. It's great to have you looking in. Well, the Rays have completely turned it around. They were 1-8, now winning 8 of their last 9. In fact, the only team since 1900 to do that in Major League Baseball. The Rays are at the 500 mark, 9-9. They've done it with solid defense, very good pitching, while waiting for the offense to come around, and it has come around.
Yeah, it has. And during this streak, Dwayne, the first thing that they did that was outstanding was nobody outside of this booth panicked. They stuck to the game plan, continued to run out the same approach, the same guys, finally turned it around. What they did change is how they approached hitting. That really started that game against the Boston Red Sox, where Johnny Damon, they took a more aggressive approach. They were hitting 145 through the first 6 games where they were winless. After that, 271 average. They obviously upped their runs to almost 5 runs a game. The offense has gotten more aggressive. The pitching was okay at the beginning of the year, those first 6 games, but it has got even better. Team ERA, 2.78. A lot of improvement shown with the starters. In that span of the last 11 games or so, they have lowered their ERA by 2 runs a game, and that includes 8 straight starts of at least 7 innings. And then the defense. The defense has always been there, but it seems like during this little winning trend that the spectacular plays have really come out. A lot of stellar defense in some tight games has really picked them up, saved some runs, allowed that team confidence to grow, and really that's what it's been. You know, we talk about the 3 keys that has happened: pitching, defense, special teams, and it's been all 3 facets, and all those things go together, you win ball games.
And no panic, at least not here.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. And 2 right-handers on the mound here. Tonight it'll be Jeff Neiman making his 4th start, looking for his first win. Gavin Floyd on the hill for Chicago. He has made 3 starts in with a record of 1-1. Rays and the White Sox coming up just around the corner as they look for the sweep. We'll have more on that when we return to Tropicana Field in just a moment.
Johnny Damon back in the Rays lineup. Rays and the White Sox started this homestand 1 week ago today, and the Rays looking to wrap up a sweep of the White Sox and finish with a 7-1 mark on this homestand. Remember, it all began 1 week ago when the Rays were down in the 9th and down again in the 10th, and Johnny Damon would win it with this walk-off 2-run home run just beyond the wall in right field. Then on Saturday, that same series against the Twins, walk-off base hit. B.J. Upton would score. Then the next day is when Johnny Damon would get injured. That pitch right there, a foul ball as he tried to bunt. Really injured that left ring finger, but he stayed in there, hung in there in that at bat, picked up an RBI base hit, but he would leave the game and not be back in the lineup since then until today. You take a look at Johnny Damon with those 13 RBIs, still leading the team, 3 home runs tied for the team lead, and 3 steals. We caught up with both Damon and Joe Madden before the game and asked about having Johnny back in the lineup.
Well, he said he feels better, so I've just been waiting on that, and he's been taking his extra hits, or hitting the last couple days, and just a little bit of a twinge or tingling on the end of his fingers there, but apparently he felt good yesterday towards the end of the day, and I talked to him in the food room while he was eating some really healthy-looking food, and he said he was fine.
Right now I'm penciled in there, and hopefully there's no setbacks. It's going to be sore for a while, but I feel like it's something I can deal with. And if not, I mean, we do have a lot of capable guys in here who can get the job done also.
So a bit of a pain threshold issue. Johnny said he doesn't want to fly open and compensate, and he will be in the lineup tonight against the guy he's had a lot of success against. We'll have more on that and the game when we come back. Starting lineups at first pitch. Wayne Stats and Brian Anderson with all the action in high definition.
Baseball tonight brought to you by AutoWay, part of Auto Nation, the largest automotive retailer in the country. So we can do big things. Tires Plus. Thinking tires. Think Tires Plus. Checkers. Feast on. And by Toyota. Moving forward. At the Trop tonight, the Rays come in with a mark of 9-9. Chicago in at 7-11. And they're wrapping up not only this series, but the season series between these two clubs. Here is the lineup put together by Ozzie Guillen. Juan Pierre leads it off, followed by Omar Vizquel at second base. Carlos Quentin hits third. Paul Konerko at first, and the DH is Adam Dunn. Alex Rios in center. A.J. Brzezinski will do the catching, with Alexi Ramirez at short. Batting ninth is third baseman Mark Tian.
Right-hander Jeff Neiman takes the hill tonight for the Rays. He has 4th start of the season. You see his season numbers. Coming off a good outing against the Twins. He went 7 innings, giving up just 3 earned runs. Pitched very well the second half of that ball game. Last 4 innings, gave up just 1 run and had 5 of his 6 strikeouts. Finished strong, looking to take that into tonight's start.
We're all set to play ball. The White Sox have dropped 7 straight, while the Rays have won 8 of 9. And here's the first pitch to Pierre, and he bunts the ball foul, first base side. So we are underway tonight. Pierre at 263, and you can see 1 of 11 for the series.
Well, that's a big deal. Keep the leadoff man off base, a guy that likes to run, try to jumpstart that offense that's been stagnant for the White Sox.
And the bunt, third base side. Lopez bare hands, throws, and he skips it past Kochman. Down into the bullpen it goes. Joyce will have to dig it out, and Pierre's going to go all the way to third on the bunt and the error. So just like that, Juan Pierre and the White Sox have a man at third.
Well, you saw he was going to try and bunt. Juan Pierre just trying to make something happen. Force the Rays to make a tough play. A good bare hand there, but a little low on the throw, and you saw that ball come up on Kochman. Felipe Lopez gets to it. See how close he was playing, but then on the throw, not enough on it. That high bounce gets over the glove of Kochman down into the Rays bullpen. White Sox with an early scoring opportunity.
And that's the first bunt of this, or the first error of this series, committed by the Rays on the bunt single by Pierre. Now here's Omar Vizquel. The pitch inside. Vizquel getting a start at second base in the place of Gordon Beckham. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Omar Vizquel among active players leading with 2,855 games in the major leagues. One and two on the breaking ball.
Jeff Neiman, you see the grip, got the spike curveball, rolls that thing out, gets the tight spin, late break.
And that is a good pitch for him. And you know, last year before he went on the disabled list, he used that to great advantage. Fastball at 93, and the count goes to 2-2.
And that's not an easy pitch to throw. The spike curveball, you've got that one index finger spiked up on the baseball. You're trying to get it to rotate just over one finger, but it's real tough to control. A lot of work goes into perfecting that pitch.
And the ground ball to the right side. This is going to get the run home. Zobrist with the toss to first to Kochman. So Vizquel, a good contact guy, does exactly that. It's a little ground ball to second, and that scores the run. 1-0 Chicago.
A lot of experience with Omar Vizquel, and he knows just get something to the right side. He was up on top of the plate. You're right, Dwayne. Good contact guy. The right man for the right spot for the White Sox. They haven't had a lead in a while.
So the White Sox take advantage of the defensive lapse by the Rays. They have a run. It's Carlos Quentin. Pitch is down. This is a rematch of the game played in Chicago on the 10th of this month with Neiman opposing Gavin Floyd. In fact, it was Floyd and the White Sox who handed the Rays their 8th loss of the year and dropped them to 1-8 at the time. That was a 6-1 final. 1-1 the count now to Quentin. Since then, the Rays have stormed back, now at the break-even mark, 9-9. In a bit. 2 balls and a strike. That's Hunter Wendelstedt down at first base. Jerry Meals is calling the balls and strikes. He's the crew chief. And a strike catches that outside part of the plate.
Well, Jeff Niemann, the key for him is to drive the ball downhill. Everything starts with his fastball command because he has all the complementary pitches. We already saw the curveball. That right there, the slider, a good one too, right on the outside corner. Likes to finish guys with the split, but it all stems from the fastball.
Now the count is full.
In the early part of this season, his first 2 starts, the main problem for Jeff was not driving the ball downhill. And when he doesn't, the ball stays up and it flattens out. The off-speed pitches aren't nearly as good, much more hittable. He made that adjustment a couple innings into that Minnesota game and really finished throwing the ball well.
James Quinton, who fouls it, but it's out of play. Couple of rows back of the screen. John Jaso giving it a chase back there. Well, in that start Niemann made against the White Sox in Chicago, he was touched for a couple of home runs in the first inning, one by Beckham and one by Paul Konerko, and then a couple unearned runs in the second inning. That was a struggle for him that day. Good tap foul. One out, a run home. Full count to Quinton with Konerko on deck. And another foul ball, a fastball that time.
You know, the other thing that Jeff Niemann does, something to look for here in tonight's game, is he has a lot of pitches. He throws them all. The changeup, the fastball, 4-seam, 2-seam, slider, curveball, split. He does a really nice job for overall identifying which are working for him the best. And then as the game moves on, you'll see him start to tend more towards a certain pitch because he's got a better feel for it.
Boy, that was a pretty close pitch right there. Taken for a ball, a slider, and Carlos Quinton goes to first with a walk.
It looked like he almost ducked into it. See him just kind of look out there and lay the bat down. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Close on Fox tracks. That's good enough for me.
Well, if it hits any part of that strike zone, it's a strike. Here's Paul Konerko. So that pitch up a little bit, according to Jerry Meals. And the pitch is inside to Konerko. Konerko hitting an even 300. 35-year-old first baseman, and what an offensive force he has been for the White Sox. Lays off on the slider away. 2-0. So Niemann trying to get through the first. High fly ball into left. Full keeping his eye on it, makes the catch. Sam had to move hardly a step to make that catch.
Well, let's take a look at that Rays defense. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Full, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, third to first, Felipe Lopez, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist to Casey Kochman, John Jaso catching.
Adam Dunn. takes off. The pitch is a strike, and the throw going to get it. Brenyak puts the tag on Carlos Quentin. Quentin trying to take advantage of Neiman's deliberate delivery, but he's out this time. 1 run, unearned. Rays coming in to hit. Setting White Sox with an unearned run in the top of the first. Joe Maddon's lineup again has Sam Fold leading off, followed by Johnny Damon back in there. Matt Joyce hits third in front of Felipe Lopez. Vin Zobrist is at second. B.J. Upton in center. Casey Kochman, John Jaso, and Reed Brenyak rounding it out.
Gavin Floyd, the right-hander, makes the start for the Chicago White Sox. It's his 4th of the season, even record at 1-1.
The first pitch is a strike, a fastball to Sam. Fold is the 6th leading hitter in the American League. Starting play today at .344. He shoots it into left, but Juan Pierre is right there and makes the catch. 1 away.
Now let's take a look at the White Sox defense. Left to right in the outfield, Juan Pierre, Alex Rios, and Carlos Quentin. Across the infield, third to first, Mark T and Alexi Ramirez, Omar Vizquel and Paul Konerko, A.J. Przinsky behind the plate.
And Johnny Damon back in the lineup, stepping in here. And he fouls it away. Good to see Damon back. That finger's still a little tender, but he can grip the bat. And that's good enough. Back in there. Been such an important part of the Rays offense. This one into left field. Pierre to his right toward the line, and he snatches that one. 2 gone.
And Juan Pierre careful not to take his eyes off the ball here in the dome.
Two up, 2 down. And here's Matt Joyce. There's a strike. Matt's average is .321. He's had a very good homestand. 17 hits on the year. He bounces it foul. We talked about Joyce last night having this stretch and what it could do for his confidence. And suddenly you start to really believe that you can be the player that you thought you could be or hope you could be. He's shown signs of that. Well, that's a close pitch right there. I think that breaking ball from Floyd he thought was a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. a miss. He comes back with the curve. So the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. On to the second, 1-0 Chicago. Action only at the ballpark. You can get the best seats, biggest savings, and all the fantastic benefits by becoming a Rays season ticket holder. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Adam Dunn was at the plate in the first inning when Quentin was caught stealing, so Dunn will open the second. And the first pitch is a fastball strike. Big Texans facing each other right here. Jeff Neiman and Adam Dunn.
Big, the operative word.
I'll tell you, they go big there. High pop up. Foul ball right side. Kochman is there, and he makes the catch. One away. And of course, Jeff Neiman out of Houston, and Dunn from the Houston area. New Caney, and lives in Montgomery, Texas, north of Houston. Of course, Jeff Neiman also went to Rice University there. It's Alex Rios. And the pitch is a strike. He was a teammate of the White Sox starter last night, Phil Umber, on that Rice team. Rays beat Umber last night 4-1. There's a strike. 0-2. Oh, Rios hit by a pitch, an 0-2 fastball, and Rios really kind of drilled by that pitch. And that didn't feel very good, and he didn't like it, and neither did Neiman.
No, you get hit between the shoulder blades. That's going to hurt. That was a fastball. John Jaso called fastball, wanted it up. Jeff Neiman just lets that fly, trying to throw that ball out over the plate above the hands of Rios to get him to chase, try to pick up a strikeout. And he just let loose. Came off the pitch a little bit early. That ball ran up and in instead of where he wanted it. White Sox get a base runner.
Now it's A.J. Przinsky. And a ground ball, right side. Zobrist will take it to first. And to second goes Rios. And Przinsky is out. Zobrist to Kochman. 2 gone. Now the shortstop, Alexei Ramirez, prepares to step in. So out there in front of that pitch with some sharp bite on it, the slider down and away out of the strike zone. 1-0. It's popped up. Foul ball. Kochman's after this one. He's got it. That takes care of the White Sox in the second. Rays coming in to hit again, down 1-0. In their half of the second in the game tonight and all season long, Tires Plus donates $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. John Jaso hit a long home run here last night.
John Jaso crushed that ball. Fastball meant to be down and away, came down and in.
Felipe Lopez up here. 1 strike to count to him. Floyd duplicates that with another fastball on the edge. Ball, 2 strikes, curveball right there. And that is a very good pitch for Floyd. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Liner the other way. That ball's going to be in there. Base hit. Knocked down by Pierre, and he managed to keep it in front of him. He wasn't sure where it was for a beat or so. And fortunately for Pierre and the White Sox, that ball stayed in front of him.
Yeah, very fortunate. That was a tough dive. That ball was sinking quick. You see the pitch here by Floyd goes away. It was up, though. Lopez able to go out and get it. That ball sinking quick, and Pierre, he's about a foot and a half short. You see, actually a couple feet short. And if it doesn't hit off the top of that glove, that rolls to the wall, and Felipe Lopez still running.
That's why it's important that those outfielders have those big gloves. Which to Ben Zobrist is down. See a guy like Pierre out there. It's really noticeable just how big a glove the outfielders use.
Well, game of inches. You run a long play, you've got a lot of room to cover. You want to give yourself every advantage. So you get those really long gloves to give you a couple extra inches on a catch. Infielders, just the opposite. They want to feel that ball into their hand.
Yep.
They don't want to have to dig into a big glove because they have to field the ball, get rid of it quickly. So they're going to use a small glove. Barely. That guy right there, Omar Vizquel, probably doesn't need to use a glove at all.
Yep.
But very small, so they feel the ball into the hand and they can reach in and grab the ball right away. They don't have to dig around for it.
Runner goes, and the pitch pops away from Brzezinski. Lopez picks up a stolen base.
Yeah, the Rays will challenge you on the base pass, and if you look at Gavin Floyd, teams were 4 for 4 off him this year, stolen bases. Now, he's done a better job because back in 2008, 37 stolen bases given up. He led the major leagues by 9.
Yep.
And he's done a better job of it since then, cutting that down. But this year, 4 for 4 already, now 5 for 5.
3-1. In fact, that trend of stolen bases and home runs, he's managed to reduce both of those.
In the stolen bases, he had a streak last year of close to 80 innings where he didn't give one up. Amazing for a starting pitcher.
And there's ball 4. Zobrist draws a walk. So the Rays with runners now at first and second to start the second inning.
Cannot wait for that flight to take off. Ozzie Keane and Don Cooper.
Oh, I'll tell you, this is the beginning of a long road trip for the White Sox, and you can see it's already been a long one for Ozzie. Rays have won the first 3 games of this 4-game series. Here's BJ. Foul ball. They have an 11-game trip starting here against the Rays. Then they go to Detroit and finish in New York against the Yankees. So the Rays are hoping that as soon as the White Sox leave, they get very hot.
Yeah, right. Hey, it's not personal, just business.
Yeah, just business.
We'll take care of ours, and then you guys go do your thing somewhere else. Yeah, that's a tough road trip. A long road trip against 3 quality opponents. And not off to a good start.
Upton missed that 1-0-2. A little dart on that at the end, that pitch.
Gavin Floyd, the key for him is to pitch ahead. When he's ahead in the count, he gets in those 0-1 counts, 0-2. He's absolutely deadly. Batting average against him is next to nothing.
Well, right-handed hitters especially so. They're hitting only 189 off him. Lefties 286. The pitch is wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A couple back-to-back cutters here, and that's a pitch that's complemented his fastball and his curveball.
In between.
Yeah.
A completely different look. You can use it to righties. You saw the swing and miss he was able to get on Upton. You can use it in on lefties, try to jam them. And you're right, it's that in-between speed. Gives him 3 different speeds to work with.
Ground ball, deep short. Nice play by Ramirez out there, and a snap throw to third just in case. Well, Vizquel showing the sage that he is as an infielder. He thought he might get Lopez rounding the bag at third, and it was a good try.
This is a throw made by a guy who's played thousands of games right here. No hesitation. No hesitation. Throw behind the runner. You're not expecting that. You're expecting him to either eat it or try to turn 2 if you're Felipe Lopez. So a lot of times you'll slide into third, pop up, and come off that bag looking to go home maybe on a throw, and no hesitation. Throw behind the runner, try to catch him napping.
First and third for the Rays with 1 out for Casey Kochman. And the Rays not fooled by that one. Casey's been hot. He had those 2 hits last night, a single and a run scored, a double and a run batted in.
we'll find out if Joe thinks that he can handle the bat as far as the bunt.
It's fouled up the right side.
This is that situation, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Joe likes to employ that safety squeeze. Casey Kochman, prime double play candidate. Although we did see him beat out 2 infield hits last night.
Well, 1 strike to count. They didn't do it on the first pitch, and Kochman with a long look down there at Tom Foley. You'd have to think that it was tempting for the Rays to do that. The pitch down and in. BJ heads to second. He is in there with a stolen base. Upton steals his 3rd base of the year.
On a slide step, too. A good jump by BJ. Gets under the tag. Boy, that makes it tough for a pitcher if they're stealing off you in your slide step. That's supposed to be the anti-stolen base delivery.
Well, the opposition, 17 out of 18 in stolen base attempts against the White Sox this year.
Well, those are early trends where, as a pitching staff,
Kochman taps it foul.
And a couple of catchers on the roster, you're going to have a lot of work to do, because everybody's going to see that stat, and whoever can run, they're going to send. They're going to keep sending guys until you prove that you can throw them out.
Casey behind Gavin Floyd. Down and in, and it skips away from Brzezinski, but Lopez remains at 3rd. Floyd down off the hill to cover.
Yanka breaking ball almost hit Kochman in the foot. Off Brzezinski. Felipe Lopez, not a very aggressive secondary lead, decides to hold up, probably wise in doing so.
You know, that's one of the things that the Rays really have to excel in. Things like secondary leads, and take advantage of any opportunity. And even if Lopez had a good secondary lead, it might have been a little dicey.
Yeah.
But you're right, he did not have much of a secondary lead at all.
At least give yourself the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that's something that will be discussed.
As soon as that delivery starts home, you take a couple of those shuffles hard towards the next base.
Down and in again, and this one hits Kochman. So Kochman is hit by the pitch, and the bases are going to be loaded.
Well, Floyd threw at him the previous pitch and just missed his foot. Came right back and got him on this one. I may miss you the first time, but I will get you, and he did. He brought it in there and got that left shin. Just 2 breaking balls that were yanked. Almost the same pitch.
And George Hendrick telling Kochman, you've got to have quicker feet to get out of the way, and that'd be a wild pitch. We'd have a run by now. Here's John Jaso.
He's got soft hands, though.
Yes, he does. Jaso with the bases loaded. And he takes the pitch for a strike. Take a look at this. He jumped on a fastball his first time up last night and hit a towering home run.
How about that stroke? Short, sweet, to the point.
Rays with a great opportunity. A base hit, a walk, a hit batter, bases loaded, 1 out. 9-shot lookout, George. Hendrick ducking that one, and down toward the bullpen it goes. Well, Hendrick showing those quick feet and a great reaction time by George Hendrick.
The man that doesn't age.
No, not at all.
At all.
I don't know what he's got going on, but boy, it's good.
That diet.
Yeah. His diet is that he eats anything he wants.
It's amazing.
And that's true. He does. He eats anything he wants, and he looks great.
I'm telling you, getting a chance to be around those coaches, a couple of years ago, I mean, chocolate cake like it was his job. Like it was his job. And still looks like that.
What? Cake is good.
Yeah, it is good. It's not good every night unless you're George Hendrick and you can look like that.
Really, he looks almost exactly the same as when he played.
Great guy to be around.
Yes, he is.
A great brain to pick.
Yep. And a little tap back to the mound. To the plate for one and down to first for two. They get the 1-2-3 double play. And the Rays miss a scoring opportunity. They had him loaded with one out. Do not score and leave two. We're through two. 1-0 Chicago.
We're playing loose, playing relaxed. I think that was the key, is when we started off slow, is just to remain confident and realize that that's just the way baseball is. You're going to get off to bad starts. And we've just been relaxed and confident the whole way through.
Sam Fold and the Rays playing much better. 1-18 that turned around and won 8 of the next 9 games. That has not happened before since the modern era, 1900. Guys, back to you.
All right, Mark Teahan leads off. First pitch up and away to him, 1-0. Teahan playing third base, hitting out of the 9th spot. Jeff Neiman on the hill for the Rays.
Tell you what, you're talking about that turnaround by the Rays. This has been a strange year in baseball. You've seen the exact opposite. Rays have won 8 of their last 9. The White Sox have lost 8 out of their last 9 after a hot start. You had Baltimore sitting at the top looking like world beaters. They went into a huge skid, dropped way down.
Yeah, they're 8-9 right now.
Boston has struggled, a team that was penciled into the World Series. The Indians are in first place, have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball right now, the best bullpen in the American League, ERA-wise. It's been an odd year. And actually, the top 2 teams in the Central, Indians, Royals, both finished, picked to finish 4th and 5th, respectively.
And Teahan chases the high fastball and is out on strikes.
There's a difference.
Take a look here at the standings back on April 10th. That's your point right there.
There it is. Completely turned upside down. And I mean completely.
Juan Pierre. And he pushes the ball by the mound. Tough play. Brignac flips to first, but no chance. When he got it by the mound, that made it a very difficult attempt to make. And a bunt base hit for Pierre.
Well, that's taking advantage of Jeff Neiman not being able to hop off the mound, not having the agility of a lot of other guys. Jeff Neiman, a big-bodied guy, like an offensive lineman, really. And you got look at where Felipe Lopez is. He's in, but he bunted that to the shortstop. He figures I can get that by Jeff Neiman, and if I get it by him, like you said, Dwayne, that's a base hit. The Rays were taking that bunt away, but he took advantage of a left tackle pitching.
Well, here's Vizquel. Pitch up and away. And of course, Pierre, with great speed, he led the major leagues in steals last year, although he's been caught 5 straight times. And you know that he's itching to go over there at first base, trying to get a good jump against Neiman. By the time he unwinds that 6'9", it takes a little time to get that done. And base runners like Pierre just can't wait to try to take advantage of that.
So far this season, teams are 6 for 7 stealing against Jeff Neiman. They swiped 21 on him last year. It's been something that teams have tried to exploit.
And Pierre is back in at first. Vizquel drove in the run with a ground ball to the right side his first time. There goes Pierre. Pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. Zobrist put the tag on him, and the Rays made it close.
Only because that throw was to the shortstop side did Juan Pierre get in there. Good release by Jaso, but right there, when Zobrist had to field that ball and reach that far, you see the throw beats him. If it's on the bag, they get him, but Zobrist had to reach a little bit too far to try to get him, and the speedy Juan Pierre gets in.
1-1 the count to Vizquel. And Vizquel bunts third base side foul. Well, the Sox now 7-11 on the year. They dropped 7 straight, and the offense has fallen off for them.
This 7-game losing streak looks an awful lot like the Rays' first 6 games.
Look at that. They're averaging 1.9 runs a game for the life of this streak.
You got some names down through that lineup that are much more productive hitters than that. You know it's going to turn around. You just hope that it starts tomorrow.
Neiman trying to keep Pierre as close to second as he can. Fly ball back into right field. That's got some distance on it off the bottom of the wall. Pierre will score, and Vizquel heads into second base. Makes the turn, but gets back there with a double. He has driven in both Chicago runs tonight, and the White Sox take a 2-0 lead.
Well, he did it the first time by grounding one to second base. This, he takes advantage of a fastball that stayed up in the zone, mislocation. These are the pitches that have hurt Jeff Neiman in his first few starts. Flat fastballs that have stayed up and out over the plate. Omar Vizquel showing you still got a little pop left in that bat.
Yeah, Vizquel, who will be 44 in about 3 weeks, is 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in tonight.
Looks to be on the George Hendrick aging plan.
He sure does. I don't know. He looks a lot like he did, well, at any time in his career, winning all those Gold Gloves, 11 of them. Well, he gave the White Sox a lift last year when he went in for that stretch and played third base. They had a very good record with him playing every day at third base.
Now, you put him out there, you know he's going to take care of his business defensively, and he's going to give you good at bats. Good veteran player, knows what to do, knows the situation. You saw that in his first at bat, just hitting that ground ball over there, giving the White Sox a lead. They hadn't had one in 50 some odd innings.
1-2. Well, when he was starting for them in that stretch in June, July, and August, they went 42-25 with him as their everyday third baseman last year. How about that? 42-25.
Yeah, well, they want to make it permanent.
A ball, 2 strikes. And a bit. 2-2. Well, both these runs for the White Sox keyed off bunts by Pierre.
That's Juan Pierre at the top of the lineup trying to make something happen. So far it has.
This one drops low. So it's a full count.
Well, impressive take there by Quentin. He saw that curveball, recognized it, and then watched it right to the dirt.
Quentin on a 3-2 pitch is hit. Second hitter that Neiman has hit with a pitch.
Well, you certainly don't want to hit him on 3-2. You've been working the whole count. He wants to close him fastball in. We've already seen another pitch that he wanted to go up and in with the fastball, get away from him. Carlos Quentin.
Well, he hit Rios on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Now Quentin 3-2.
Yeah, 2 counts that you don't want to drill guys on. You know that ball's just getting away from Jeff, and Carlos Quentin, who's hanging out all over the plate anyway.
Yeah, he's
been known
always be near the top of the league and getting hit by pitches. Here's Konerko. White Sox cleanup hitter. Breaking ball, a curveball low and away. That's a fastball. 1-1. Konerko hit 39 home runs, as you can see right there, last year, with 111 runs batted in. Just getting better with age. He's had that chronic thumb issue. And put together great numbers last year. It's a little tap, going to be a foul ball, the call. Jaso trying to grab it, but it's a foul ball. Jaso out from back of the plate in a hurry.
Well, Paul Konerko didn't recognize it. Jaso saw a chance to get a quick out. Watch Konerko's reaction. He hits it. He's not sure where it is. He's still in the box, and Jaso's like, hey, let's get us one. Doesn't quite get there in time.
Ball just kicked foul before Jaso could grab it. But that's a great hustle. You love to see the catcher get out from behind the plate like that. It's a good effort by Jaso. There's a soft liner into right center field. Just served out there for a base hit. Vizquel's going to score. Over to third base goes Quentin, and now the White Sox have a 3-0 lead.
Well, you know, Dwayne, Jeff Neiman's been throwing an awful lot of breaking pitches here in the early part of the game. We saw Carlos Quentin recognize a curveball early, take it, watch it right down to the dirt, eventually got hit. Watch how Konerko stays right on the slider. Look at him. Head down, right on the slider. and just try to put it in play. Look at that. Watches it right into the bat. Good recognition. Knew that it was away. He wasn't going to be able to pull it and drive it, so just shoots it out into right center. They're starting to get on to Jeff Neiman and his off speed.
Now it's Adam Dunn. This guy can hit the ball a long way. Be careful with him. First pitch is a strike. Dunn hitting 171. He's been struggling a bit. Coming back from the appendectomy.
And in a new league. Learning all new pitching staffs.
And he strokes it into right for a base hit, chasing home a run. Quinton scores. Konerko stops at second, and now it's 4-0. So Adam Dunn drives in his 8th run.
Well, if you are going to come with a fastball, you got to put it in a better spot than this. That ball, Jaso wants it away. Neiman wants it away. Unfortunately, this ball comes back middle, right into the swing of Adam Dunn. He shoots it out to right field. White Sox add another. You preach it all day long, but fastball command is key. If you're able to command the fastball, then all that breaking stuff works off of it. But if you can't command it, you're not sure where it's going, and if you're wild within the strike zone, you will get hit.
Yeah, it starts there, and really in the development of a young pitcher, that's the first thing that he needs to have when he enters pro ball at the minor league level. Establish that you can command that fastball.
It's like building a foundation to a house.
Yep.
You can have all the fancy, add-ons and upgrades and, cool windows and nice walls and a great deck. But if you have no foundation, it's not going to last very long. And that's what fastball command is. It's setting the foundation for all those pretty little pitches that move and dive and break and spin. Makes them much more effective and ups the value of your home.
It's location, location, location.
Honestly, you see how that was all tied together?
I'll tell you.
We've only been working on that for like 3 days now.
It's just amazing the way these things work out. Simpatico.
Not even sure what it means, but I'm going to agree with it.
See? 1-1 the count. Ray's trying to get out of this inning, and a foul ball. Fastball. And a little movement on that one down. 1-2, and that's really the key for Neiman, is that fastball, to keep that down, because he'll get a little action if it's in the lower part of the strike zone.
Come up when he wants to. Climb above the zone when you want to, not because you can't get it down. We saw that on the strikeout to Tien. That fastball was up above the strike zone.
Yep.
He got him to swing through it. That's good because he did it on purpose.
2 balls, 2 strikes. All of this started with 1 out on the bunt by Pierre. 5 consecutive hitters have reached base. 3 have scored. 2-2 to Rios. And he fouls it back. Rios had a pretty good cut at a fastball. Neiman had a little something extra on that fastball. I think at 93 might have been the hardest one he's thrown tonight. But Rios liked the general location.
It was just a touch too high for Rios. That's a little bit further down, and that ball is well struck.
2-2. And a tap foul off a curveball. Well, this is turning out to be a long inning here for Neiman. He's around 29 pitches now. Look at that. This will be the 29th coming. And a full count.
And he just about let another one get away from him. Clip Rios on the elbow. Another fastball that ran up and in.
Konerko at second, Dunn at first. And the pitch is high. Fastball upstairs. And so the bases are loaded.
Well, it's just an inconsistency in Jeff Neiman's delivery. You can see some of the breaking stuff is really good and really sharp. Some of the fastballs are located, but he's not right now being able to repeat his delivery. That's why going in on these righties, when he's trying to drive that fastball in there, he's coming off of it a little bit. It's running up and in. He's, you know, hit a couple of guys with it. Some of the breaking balls are really good. He's out in front, staying tall. Other times he's yanking them. Just an inconsistent delivery.
Now he faces Brzezinski. And a swing and a miss on a fastball. He challenged him to start him. Strike one.
Just went just up above that bat. Still catching a little bit too much of the plate.
Brzezinski's been very good, as you see those numbers lifetime against Neiman. Upstairs. 0 for 1 tonight, but 6 of 14 in his career. Bases filled with White Sox runners. Fly ball center field. Up and back. He'll make the catch. A tag at third by Konerko. He scores. Sacrifice fly. The other runners have to hold. Brzezinski drives in the run. That makes it a 5-0 game. Two outs, and the ninth man to come to the plate in this inning will be the shortstop, Alexi Ramirez. This will be the 35th pitch of the inning. That's low. I want to know, a lot of innings in a short period of time, and that's what's so taxing about a situation like this.
Go sit down after your third inning and you're throwing 30 some odd pitches, close to 40.
Upstairs, 2-0. Too high with that fastball.
You know, he's just pulling off too quick, heading towards first base on a lot of these fastballs. And when you do that, when you spin through your mechanics delivery towards first base, arm's going to end, or ball's going to end up high arm side.
He gets that one over. 2-1. And slider.
See how he spins out of there towards first base. When he does that just a hair too soon, the ball's going to stay up arm side.
High fly ball down the left side. That ball back toward the corner. It's a foul ball, and right there it's Sam Full. Full got there long enough to introduce himself to the security guard down there and then wait for it to come down and make the catch. And that retires the side. 9 men to the Well, it's 5-0. The Rays will have to play catch-up tonight as we go to the bottom of the third. Brignac leads off, and the first pitch is a strike. Brignac, Fold, and Damon here against Gavin Floyd. Floyd was tough on the Rays up in Chicago. Liner and the left. That's going to fall for a base hit. Well, perhaps that's a start for the Rays as Brignac comes up with a base hit. Sam Fold will be the hitter. Let's take a look at some of his defensive work. Tonight's Home Depot doing more on defense. You got to get there first, and he does exactly that.
And it almost overran it. He goes. Look at that, though. Just like he made that catch stumbling over the mound, his eyes never leave the ball. He realizes the importance of this roof. He made that catch early in the year where he stumbled over the visiting bullpen mound. Those eyes stay fixated.
Well, he shows you that he has the ability to pay attention, which is more important than you might think. 2-0. He really does. I mean, that's a situation that requires concentration, and he certainly does that.
Well, I tend to think that anytime you're running and something hits you just above the kneecaps, you're going to look down. Wouldn't that be the first thought?
There's a strike, but not Sam Fold.
No.
He keeps his eye on the ball, and then with that little flare of a kick, put some a little artistic work to that catch.
Sounds like he'd make a tremendous figure skater.
Foul ball. The count is 2-2. Well, I think a lot of people see that in him. They see, you know, he does have a certain spirit about him, and plays hard all the time.
We saw the catch he made the other night out in center field, diving in.
Yep.
Wanted to avoid, you know, scraping up all those scabs that he has on his arms from the diving catches, and just does the rollover, the flip rollover.
Sure.
Very athletic.
Here's that catch he made down in the bullpen earlier this year.
Watch the eyes. Never leave the ball. Stumble. I mean, come on. He just ate somebody's chest protector.
And got up as quickly as anybody in captivity has ever been known to get up after making a catch like that. I mean, he's making the catch, wrestling with the chest protector, and up in a split second, ready to make a play just in case one needs to be made.
And you know, we didn't know a whole lot about Sam Fold at that time, and you know, we've seen that from him. The way that when he gets to a baseball, he doesn't hold on to it very long. It's like a hot potato. Makes the play, either jumps up, throws it in, gets rid of it. He's got a quick release.
And a cut and a miss on that one. There's that breaking ball. So the second strikeout for Floyd. Speaking of catches, you can't have a conversation about Sam Fold very long without seeing this catch. That was just an unbelievable, truly an unbelievable catch.
It was, and what really just floors me is the angle at which he caught it. Fully horizontal.
Johnny Damon takes a pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Damon returning to the Rays lineup. He's been out since he left the game Sunday against Minnesota. 2 and 1.
Well, regardless, it's nice to see him back in the lineup. Hoping that was a small little injury that didn't require a whole lot of time. So things are going good for the Rays. Get Johnny Damon back.
Over to first, and they have Brignac caught. Brignac comes up a little short at first base, picked off.
Well, that's where the Rays' aggression will work against them. Here, this part of the game, well, you see Reed leaning towards second. Just that little bit of a lean. Don't even have to take a step, but that little bit of a lean, and that costs you. But in a 5-0 game, there's really nowhere for you to go. I mean, your stolen base doesn't mean a whole lot at this point.
Two the count to Damon. That one floats in there high. Stayed away, and the count is full. There's a base hit for Damon into right field. So Johnny on the 3-2 pitch singles into right. That's hit number 3. And Johnny Damon continues to move up the all-time hit list. He's ahead of Reggie Jackson now and one back of Julio Franco. Johnny now has a 10-game hitting streak. And he delivers a base hit into center. First pitch fastball, and Joyce is aboard. Damon stops at second. Well, one thing about this Rays ball club, you know, they're down 5-0, but they're down early, and you just never can count them out.
Especially in this building. A flair for the dramatic here at Tropicana Field. That ball gets in on Matt Joyce, but he's strong enough to power it out to center field. He stays through the ball, takes it right back up the middle.
2 men on with 2 men out. It's Felipe Lopez. Well, a long one here, and it's a brand new game. And Lopez takes it down and in. Lopez had a base hit in the second inning. And a strike at the knees. 1-1. One and one. 2 balls and a strike. Five runs, 5 hits for Chicago. No runs, 4 hits for the Rays as we play in the third. There's a strike. 2-2. Rays trying to break through against the Chicago right-hander. And Lopez is out on strikes. He got him with a breaking pitch. That will retire the side. The Rays have 3 hits in the inning, but do not score, and they leave 2 trailing 5-0. third, widening their lead. Just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment later in tonight's game. Rays concluding their homestand. Mark Teahan, who opened the third inning, opens the fourth. And the pitch is a strike. Well, Neiman retired Tiemann, struck him out. Had a good beginning to the third inning. But the bunt by Juan Pierre started the production for the White Sox, as it did in the first. So a couple of bunts by Pierre, leading in that way to all 5 runs. 2 strikes the count to Teahan. Pierre on deck. And a swing and a miss. So he strikes him out this time with a breaking ball.
Well, Neiman making short work of Teahan. That may have been the split. Ball just dives out of the zone, middle of the plate, right over the top of the swing.
Here's Juan Pierre. Pierre 2 for 2 with 2 bunt singles. He's going to bunt again. It's working well for him so far, but not this time. Neiman to Zobrist, throwing over the ducking Kochman.
Yeah, and that wasn't a very clean play. They got Juan Pierre, but he has forced that defense to make some plays. He's went from a bunt to third base, a bunt to shortstop, all on purpose. This one he takes with him. Neiman makes the play, but Kochman, trying to get back to the bag, has to go down. It's not going to make any highlight reel, but it's an out.
Vizquel, there's a fastball at the knees for a strike. Strike 2. Vizquel misses it. So does Jaso. He recovers, makes a bad throw, and Vizquel is safely aboard. Fortunately, Zobrist was there to back it up to keep Vizquel from thinking about anything more than just one base.
Well, Jaso made that throw as if the baselines were 100 feet, 120 feet. He wasn't sure where it was right away. Blocked it, looking around for it, finds it, realizes he's running out of time, and he just turned and threw it.
So it's a strikeout on a wild pitch. And then the throw to first by Jaso, a little on the wild side as well.
They'll tell you those overthrows, those safeties sit back there and they'll make those catches, those overthrows.
It's Carlos Quick. The pitch is a strike. Vizquel, the runner at first. Vizquel takes off, and boy, he's going to steal that one standing up. He just literally walked into second base, got a great jump on Neiman, and Neiman didn't even see him.
Boy, he just timed him up. Look at that. I mean, a running head start. Well, you don't see that very often, but he saw something with Jeff Neiman not looking over at first base.
Tap foul. It's 1-2. Well, you know, really, if you think about it, between Pierre and Vizquel, they've really brought some life tonight into this lineup for the White Sox, and they've been in need of that in the worst way.
Awful lot like the Rays. Put pressure on the defense. See if they'll crack.
Breaking ball is high. 2-2. straight back below us. The count holds at 2-2. Riders may have gotten some action.
They did.
Down below. Hey, protect that sandwich, though.
Oh, you'll never get their food away from them. You could launch a surface to air into that booth. They would hold on to those sandwiches.
Pitch is high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball back to left. Cole is there, and he makes the catch to retire the side. A man left, no runs. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 5-0 Chicago.
The 4th inning, experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club. Offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas, the Whitney Bank Club features an upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase tickets or for more information.
You've spent time in the Whitney Bank Club, haven't you?
I absolutely have, and you cannot beat the inclusive drink options.
Yeah, I like the upscale menu. This pitch to Zobrist is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Bouncing ball foul. 1-1. Foul ball, and the count is 1-2. I tell you the other thing about the Whitney Bank Club is so great. Not only do they have great food and the beverage options there, but you can watch the ball game from the comfort of a spot in there. You don't need binoculars in the Whitney Bank Club. I mean, it's just great sight lines to watch this game.
There's really no point for binoculars anywhere at the ballpark.
Tapped down the third base side, and there's a base hit for Zobrist. So an infield hit to open the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now, location doesn't always have to do with pitching.
Yeah, that's right.
A little bloop into the outfield for a base hit. Well placed. How about this? This ball kind of gets in on Ben.
So here's B.J. Upton. B.J. Shorten's on the bat. Brzezinski fires to first. And back in safely goes Ben Zobrist. The Rays have had men in scoring position in the second and third innings, but have not been able to push a run across the plate. Jay hits it on the ground to third. Teeing the Vizquel one and over to first. BJ grounds into a 5-4-3 double play.
I thought BJ had a chance to beat it out when Teehan took a little time making the throw over to second base to Vizquel. Here's a checkers double of the game. Little slider. BJ reaches out, tops it, and Teehan right here takes that extra shuffle. But Omar Vizquel gets rid of that ball quickly. In and out of that glove.
Casey Kochman looks at a strike at the knees. One ball, one strike. Three strikeouts, a walk allowed by Floyd. He's given up 5 hits, but no runs. He hit Kochman with a pitch in the second inning. Finally got him on the foot after a near miss on the prior pitch. Ground ball, foul. Down beyond George Hendrick and toward the bullpen. Count is square, 2-2. Rays will be headed to Toronto and then Minnesota on the approaching road trip. That one slipped away from him. Curveball stayed well outside and the count is full. Floyd out of Maryland originally. Drafted by the Phillies. And ball 4. Kochman takes a close pitch, but a ball, and he draws the walk. Now John Jaso. Now Floyd grew up across the street from Mark Teixeira. That was a pretty good block right there.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a neighborhood game.
Yep.
Those parts.
Jaso shoots a base hit into center field. Kochman stops at second. Jaso on the first pitch sends the fastball right back into center field.
Just goes down and gets a fastball, takes it right back up the middle. Nothing fancy. First pitch trying to get ahead. Just a line drive to center field. The Rays again, second inning in a row, get runners on first and second here with 2 outs. Trying to claw their way back into this game.
Now Reed Brignac. The Rays with an opportunity with 2 men out.
They've actually been.
And this one hits Brignac. That cutter. So the bases are going to be loaded. Well, let's see if the Rays can take advantage of this 2-out opportunity.
Another ball that's yanked right off the toe of Brignac. Catches a little dirt, a little toe. That's not going to hurt too bad. Dirt first, off the top of the foot. Take that, load up the bases for Sam Fuld.
So Sam Fuld with them loaded and 2 gone. Sam 0 for 2 tonight. And he takes a strike. Floyd starting him with that cutter, which is a relatively recent addition to his pitches. Line drive and and scores. They're waving Jace out of the plate. He will score, and the Rays have two. Sam Fuld comes through, lining a base hit into right. And the Rays are on the board. It's 5-2. Brignac wound up going to third. RBI 6 and 7 for Fuld.
Well, he wants to cut her down and in. The ball stays out over the plate. Sam Fuld goes right down with the short stroke. You see, he just goes up on the tip of his toe, puts it back down, and lines that ball out into right field. The Rays scored 2 runs, cut the lead to 5-2, and all this has been done with 2 outs. There were 2 outs, nobody on base. And you got 2 runs in and runners at the corner.
Well, the Rays have had base runners all over the place the last 3 innings. Even discounting Upton reaching on a fielder's choice. That's 11 Rays to have reached in the last 3 innings, and finally 2 runs across, and here's Johnny Damon.
Yeah, you flirt with that kind of danger, it's going to eventually bite you.
Damon takes one low. 1 ball, no strikes. Johnny had a base hit in the 3rd to extend his hitting streak to 10, just back in the lineup. Back hit at first. Fuld is safe at first base. Damon had not played since Sunday. He had that bruise on the tip of his left ring finger. He was in the 3rd inning of that game at a bunt attempt. And a foul ball just back of first base. Johnny wants to check the bat, make sure it's okay. He'll whip that bat through there and hook that ball, even if it's down toward the handle.
Yeah, he can be very handsy as a hitter. He doesn't want to take any chances. Well, I don't know if he was convinced that that bat was broken, but in this kind of a situation, make sure you got a good one. See how he just flips the hands through there, gets that straight arm swing.
Well, the injury was to that left hand, and sometimes that left hand comes off that bat. They follow through the swing. There goes Fuld, and the pitch is foul. The Rays had Fuld on the run.
I think that's one of those injuries too that, you know, Johnny Damon with a little bit of discomfort in that finger, probably a lot of discomfort in that finger. You know, that's where that being on the left hand benefits him, because his hand comes off the bat quite a bit.
Yep.
You see him a lot of times, you just get that bat started, and as he makes contact, the left hand will peel off. So if you're going to have that injury, that's the hand to have it on.
Fuld breaks again, and the pitch is skied the other way down the left side. Yeah, and the batting glove doesn't hurt either. You know, to have that, that's
right.
A little added cushion. Count a ball, 2 strikes. Rays, with 2 outs, have scored twice. They have been on the corners. Trying to get Fuld up to second base. There he goes. The pitch is strike 3 call. A breaking ball on 1-2. And Floyd, who has a very good curveball, broke one in there to retire the side. Rays settled for 2, and they trail 5-2. For the trivia question presented by AT&T. Of the 44 teams in MLB history starting the season 0-6, how many actually made the playoffs? There's the $64,000 question. Rays were 1-8 at one point. They're now 9-9, and first team to do that in the modern era since 1900. 1-0 the count to Paul Konerko. Line drive, and that's fair. Up the left field line. Bull cuts it off, and let's see if Konerko can make it into second. Throw a little bit to the center field side. Otherwise, it would have been interesting, but Konerko has a double.
Yeah, I think if Fold is a little bit more accurate with the throw, he's got Konerko dead at second base. Right here, tough off the wall, turn, spin, everything into it. That ball kind of tails on him a little bit. Yeah, if that throws on the bag, they get him in a rundown.
Konerko with a double, his third of the year. But prior to that, there'd been 12 hits in this game and only one extra base hit, and that was struck by Omar Vizquel, who doubled in a run in the third inning. And so now, of the 13 total hits by both clubs, just 2 extra base hits, one by Vizquel and one by Konerko. One and one, the count to Adam Dunn. Cesar Ramos is working in the Rays bullpen right now. Big cut to miss right there. Fastball, and the count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Neiman just went right to the fastball and strikes out Dunn. It's the first out here in the 5th inning. Let's check in with Todd Callis and see what he's up to. Todd?
You know, Dwayne, it's the first theme road trip of the year. Joe Madden's going with a little support of the Tampa Bay Lightning, so players, coaches, broadcasters will be wearing these gray or some blue Lightning shirts. Some guys have their own jerseys. Then we all have these Tampa Bay Lightning hats. So there you go, guys. The traveling party of the Rays will all be supporting the Lightning, so it will truly be a hockey night in Canada tonight.
Hey, Todd, yeah. I got to ask you something. I know that you're in charge of all this.
I am?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the theme trips, what we're going to wear on the road, yeah, far the golf shirts go. You got me a hat about 4 sizes too big. I can tuck both ears and slide in a whole pack of pencils and pens around the edge. No, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. In fact, I'll put it on for you.
I'd like to see that at some point. Yeah, I think they're all the same size, but I don't know what to tell you, B.A.
I don't know. I mean, look at that. It's absurd.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be cold where we're going. It comes in handy.
Foot hat. Just get one that fits with the flaps. Because that right there, I look completely absurd.
What another count to Alex Rios. And there's a strike at the knees. There's going to be a photo op.
Guess who won't be in it?
Well, no, you should be right there, front row.
Not with a hat on. Hey, listen, on those hats, they go small, medium, medium, large. I'm definitely not a medium, large guy. Small head. Nothing much up there.
This one is down. 2-1. You're so humble.
Well, I mean,
how do you think
it was just easy.
How are you going to survive in this business with such humility?
Well, if I say small head, and that's easy. So if I beat you to the punch,
I got you. Yeah.
Just get it out of the way because I know it's coming from somebody.
A 2-1 count here to Rios, and he lifts a pop fly. Fold is coming in, Brignac out, but Fold has a better angle and makes the catch. Two outs with Konerko at second. And A.J. Przinsky will be the hitter, and Joe Madden comes out of the Rays dugout. And so that's going to be the extent of Jeff Neiman's night. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment. Brought to you by your local Southern Ford dealers, by AT TBA, and by Checkers. Feast on. Well, that's the extent of the evening here for Jeff Neiman. 4 2/3. His way to Cesar Ramos to face the left-handed bat of A.J. Przinsky. Man at second, and the pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Ninth appearance for the Rays lefty.
He's thrown the ball very well coming out of the bullpen for Joe Madden.
2-0. Ramos last work Sunday in the series against Minnesota. Foul back, 2-1. 5 runs charged to Neiman so far. He's responsible for a man on as he departs. 4 of those runs earned. Ramos trying to get the left-handed hitter. Przinsky loops it foul back at third into the stands. 2-2. Center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Big hop to Upton. He tosses the ball back to second. Konerko scores, and Przinsky drives in his second run of the night. So the Red Sox pick up their 6th run. That completes the book on Neiman tonight.
Well, Przinsky, how about going out and getting that breaking ball off the plate, down and away? He had that in the back of his mind. He was able to go out there and get enough of the bat on it to flip it out into center field and played another run for the Sox.
Alexi Ramirez. The pitch is wide to him. Ramirez 0 for 2. Off the mound to second. Zobrist makes the play. To Kochman to retire the side. A run, couple hits, a man left. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 6-2. Presented by AT TBA. Of the 44 teams in MLB history, starting the season 0-6, how many made the playoffs? 2. The 74 Pirates and the 95 Cincinnati Reds. Matt Joyce. That looks at a strike around the knees. This is fly ball to center, right to Rios. 1 away. Each team with 7 hits tonight, but the White Sox have 6 runs. Lopez playing third base for the Rays. And the pitch is a strike. Lopez singled and swiped the base in the second. Two. Gavin Floyd on the hill for the Chicago White Sox tonight. Ball 2 strikes. Floyd, who was tough on the Rays in Chicago, has not been all that easy tonight. He was in more command the outing he had in Chicago than tonight. The Rays have had a number of base runners, and they've had some opportunities, and so far just the 2 runs, although They've had men in scoring position in the second, third, and fourth innings. And he gets Lopez looking.
I'll tell you what, that has been his pitch tonight. That curveball that he's starting off the plate away to left-handed hitters and either getting them to swing at it, dropping it below the zone, or freezing them with it.
Well, he threw a big curveball for strike 3 to Johnny Damon.
Yep.
In the fourth inning, leaving a couple men on base. And that was a good one right there to Lopez. That was Zobrist. It's a strike.
Day.
1-1. Two balls and a strike. Foul ball outside the bag, takes the count to 2-2. Well, the Rays going heavy on left-handed hitters in the lineup tonight. They tend to be a little left-handed right now anyway. Ground ball. Nelson Ramirez, the shortstop, to his right. Up and out with the throw. 1-2-3 go the Rays for the first time since the first inning. On to the sixth. 6-2 Chicago. Schedule brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Road trip begins tomorrow night in Toronto and then into Minnesota, back here against the Angels. As we look forward to the upcoming race schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. A ball, no strikes, the count to T. Ramos on the hill for the Rays. Two and nothing. Juan Pierre next, and then Omar Vizquel. Three and 0. Ball 4. A walk on 4 pitches. It's Adam Russell getting loose in the Rays bullpen. Maybe Martinez positioning Sam Fuld, bringing him in a little bit in left field. Pierre with a couple of bunt singles. He bunted every time up tonight. And that pitch just got him. Just got the jersey. So he's on base again. A walk and a hit batter. It's the 3rd batter the Rays pitching has managed to hit tonight.
Well, Juan Pierre, I mean barely, if at all. He sold it. You know, as much as we talk about Carlos Quentin getting hit by a pitch, Juan Pierre is right up there with him. And I'm telling you, that baggy jersey, that little throwback jersey.
They're 1-2, those guys.
Yeah. Got that baggy jersey hanging out there, and I'm not even sure. I'm not convinced that even hit it. Although I'm a lot further away from the action.
But why allow that to stop you from expressing an opinion?
Well, I do have the benefit of replay.
Yes, you do.
I got to look at it 5 times. Apparently it was stuck on repeat.
Strike to count to Omar Vizquel. Couple of men on, and the White Sox trying to perhaps push both of them into scoring position. See what Vizquel is doing. Swinging away and a line drive. Snapped on at first. Not in time. Lopez grabbed the line drive. It was hit right at him. And he immediately looked to first, trying to get Pierre, who managed to arrive just before the throw.
Now, good idea. And you watch how quick he gets rid of it. Line drive, boom, right in one motion. Just not quite in time. Playing shallow.
So pitching change coming. Joe Madden goes to the bullpen again. Back with the right-hander in a moment. Adam Russell, the big hard-throwing right-hander in the game now, facing Carlos Quentin, and the pitch is a strike. He is pitcher number 3. teeing on his way to the plate. Following is Pierre. The throw's not in time as he comes across head first. It's a double for Quentin. Both runs score, and that will make it 8-2.
Well, Carlos Quentin gets into this ball, hits it high and deep to center field. No way in the world I'm thinking this ball gets over BJ Upton's head. Hung up there forever. But it does, off the wall. 2 runs come in. You see Pierre, he had a good jump on it.
So both runs are home. 8-2, and now here's Paul Konerko. Puts it on the ground to short. Quentin's on his way to third. The throw to first in time, and Konerko is the second out of the inning. So both those runs charged to Ramos. Adam Dunn. Fastball away. Russell was drafted by the White Sox in the 2004 draft. Wound up with San Diego, and now the Rays. Fastball by Adam Dunn, and it's a 1-1 count. Russell got to the big leagues with the White Sox for 22 games in 2008. It's high. 2-1. Squares the count. 2-2.
Adam Dunn unhappy with himself, missing that fastball. He's missed a couple tonight. Not quite midseason form yet.
Ground ball into right, into the shift, and Zobrist from short right field throws him out. That retires the side. 2 runs scored. It's 8-2 Chicago. Down in the third, double homer run. He wound up scoring later as the White Sox scored 4. Konerko's RBI single and a base hit by Adam Dunn scored another run. Rays tried to get back into this game when Sam Fuld chased home 2 in the 4th. After another run in the 5th for the White Sox, Carlos Quentin doubled home 2 in the 6th inning, and it's 8-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. B.J. Upton taking the first pitch from the right-hander Gavin Floyd, and the count's a strike. B.J. 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch is down. It's 1-1 to count. B.J.'s now 4 of his last 36. Lines it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. B.J. started the year with a 7-game hit streak, but not much has happened here in the last 10 or 11 games. Two and two. Strike 3 call. Upton called out on strikes for the first out in the home half of the 6th.
Now tight little breaker here. Gavin Floyd, 2 strikes. Quick snap. Caught a lot of plate. Catches B.J. looking.
It's Casey Kochman. It's down. Kochman's been hit by a pitch and has walked. Scored a run. You see Floyd. It's been a little over 90 pitches. Strike around the knees. 1-1. Well, the Twins are leading the Orioles 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th at Baltimore. Rays down here. Pitch is low. Bouncer foul. 2-2. Cleveland, Kansas City. Last report we had on that one, top of the 3rd, no score. Kochman chops it to 3rd. Tien throws to 1st and just got it. 2 outs. That Minnesota game, Jim Thome has driven in both runs. One of them on a home run. And an RBI single for the other run batted in. 1-0 the count to John Jaso. One ball, 1 strike. One and 2. Red Sox play the Angels tonight in Anaheim. Oakland's at Seattle. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Rays started this day 2 games back of New York in the East. Baltimore 2.5 back. Toronto 3 out, and Boston starting 4.5 back. Full count to Jaso. 100 pitches for Gavin Floyd. And a swing and a miss by Jaso. That had some late break to it on a cutter, apparently. Through 6, 8-2 Chicago. Tropicana Field tonight. White Sox lead this game 8-2. You know, we talked a little bit about gloves tonight. The big glove worn by the outfielders and the batting glove that gives Johnny Damon a little extra padding. Well, there's Hawk Harrelson, the White Sox broadcaster, and he's the guy responsible for all these hitters wearing batting gloves. He was the first, and that dates back to 1964 when he was with the Kansas City A's. First pitch here in the 7th inning to Alex Rios is a strike. Of course, Hawk all his life has been a great golfer, and apparently, at least the story goes, that he had played enough golf that year, and he had a blister on his left hand, and he was in the lineup, had to hit, playing the Yankees, and he wore his golfing glove to the plate. Ground ball down to third. Lopez takes care of that, and when he showed up wearing those gloves, those guys, when men were men, you know.
Yeah.
He received all kinds of calls from the Yankee dugout about that, all that razzing that went on. Facing Whitey Ford, he had 2 home runs that day. I think he hit 2. I know he hit 1 against Whitey Ford, and the next day, I think that it was a red batting glove, and the next day, apparently the entire Yankee dugout showed up with batting gloves along the railing. Gold had to go back to get that fly ball off the bat of A.J. Przinsky, but the Hawk endured with the batting glove, and now everybody, with maybe the exception of Jorge Posada, who toughens up his hands in other ways.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah, and
that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. Everybody else has.
That's a great story. I did not know that.
A strike.
Started innocently enough, right?
Yeah, he had a blister on his hand from playing golf. Had to swing the bat. Whitey Ford's on the mound. You got to be in the lineup.
Yeah.
Up and in. 1-1. Ball, 2 strikes. Adam Russell on the hill for the Rays here in the 7th inning. And a foul ball out of play. Bowman, the lefty, busy in the bullpen. Two and two. Count goes full.
Just missing with a couple of good heaters. 96 down and away.
Ground ball headed to Zobrist at second. Ben Stoner first in time. 1-2-3. 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark. 8-2 Chicago. Home half of the 7th inning coming up. The Rays are down by 6. 3 shots left to try to get back in this thing. They'll face Will Oman, the left-hander, takes over for Gavin Floyd. And Elliott Johnson will pinch hit here against the lefty. He hits for Reed Brignac. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch is down. 2-0. 10th appearance for Will Oman. And a fastball thrown by Johnson. 2-1. Floyd made 101 pitches tonight. 6 innings, 7 hits. He struck out 7, walked 2, and gave up 2 runs, both earned. 2-2 the count. Fastball missed by much. The count is full. Johnson out on strikes. And let's check in with Todd again. Todd?
Hey, time to check in, Dwayne, with the Ottaway text poll question, and it involves the 5 starters for the Rays. Who do you think is going to end up with the most innings pitched this year for the Rays? And you have the 5 starter choices. Our Ottaway text poll question. Text your vote to 789-789. David Price, James Shields, Wade Davis, Jeff Neiman, Jeremy Hellickson. 1 through 5. There are your choices. Standard message and data rate supply. We'll have that and much more in the Rays Live postgame show with the results. Back to you.
Sam Foles takes a strike. Oman struck out the pinch hitter Johnson. Now ahead of Foles. Sam has both runs batted in for the Rays tonight. 1-1. Rays have action in their bullpen. And Neiman, Ramos, and Russell, and Jake McGee is up. Ground ball foul. 1-2. Jake McGee loosening in the bullpen. And the White Sox also have something going in their bullpen. They just brought Oman into the game. There's Sergio Santos with a very good arm. Liner into right field, and that's a base hit. Foles stayed on that pitch and lines a single into right.
You're right about that, Dwayne. Continuing to put up good at-bats. Tough breaking ball there by Will Oman. Sam Fold doesn't try to do too much. He's got very simple mechanics. He just goes up, really no stride. Watch, up onto the tiptoe, and then right back down. He's able to follow that pitch with his eyes, lean out there with the bat, get it out into right field for a base hit. You keep things simple like that. You keep the movement down, not a lot of moving parts. Much more efficient. And that's what he has been.
I'll tell you, I think it just comes down. He pays attention. He's so focused. Whether he's running down a fly ball or tracking a pitch, as he just did right there, he's on it.
No, he realizes he's been given a golden opportunity here. He's taken full advantage of it. I thought you were going to say that he's been so productive because he chokes up.
Well, that factors into it. Doesn't account for everything.
It is a major piece.
He takes the count here to David.
You're right. He locks it in at game time.
Damon fouls it back.
That's why people have fallen in love with this guy. He's become such a fan favorite because of his approach, because of that concentration.
Sure. Yep. No attention deficit there. No. Hey, look, a shiny object.
Hey, shiny coin.
2 strikes the count. And a liner into right field. That's going to stay up and will be caught by Quentin. And Fold is back in at first as Quentin threw behind him with a peg to Konerko. Joyce. Matt had a base hit in the third. 1 for 3. One strike to count. Bold with a couple hits. His average is back up to 354 now. Strikes. Joyce facing a left-hander here, and that's the next step for him. Joe Madden was talking about that the last day or so with the way Joyce has been swinging the bat. He's happy that he's been as successful as he's been, building his confidence, and now he'd like to work him in where he would face a few more lefties. He fouls it.
That's good news for a guy who wants to be out there every day. He's going to get his opportunity. I'll tell you what, according to Joe Madden, Derek Shelton, of course, they're going to be having a keen eye on his approach, the quality of his at-bats, but he's able to put together some productive quality at-bats. They may run him out there every day.
And he's out on strikes this time against the lefty. 2 strikeouts for Ullman in the inning. On to the 8th, 8-2.
Eight to 2. Well, race fans, you can't fight this feeling. You don't want to miss REO Speedwagon in the Rays Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express on Saturday, April the 30th after the Rays host the Angels. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more information on the concert series and Rays Saturday nights presented by Bright House Sports Network.
You're looking at Jake McGee making his 9th appearance of the year. The 4th Rays pitcher of this game. He'll face Mark Teahan. And the pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Mark Teahan, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, as you look at Elliott Johnson now at shortstop. But he's really been the leadoff man in this lineup for the White Sox. This is the 4th inning he has led off tonight. He struck out twice and walked. It's foul, back a third. 2-1. Adam Russell worked an inning in 2/3, gave up a hit, no runs. Inherited a couple runners, both scored. Ramos before him 2/3, inherited a runner, he scored, and then gave up a couple. 6 runs off Neiman, 5 earned in 4 2/3. And Jake McGee is behind Mark Teahen 3-1. Foul back, out of play, and reaches the upper deck. Full count. The souvenir there. Took a couple of hops in that second row, but managed to grab it. Upstairs. So Teahen walks for the second time. Well, Juan Pierre. So the Rays came into this game hoping for a sweep, trying to finish the homestand at 7-1. That would have been the best homestand in club history in terms of winning percentage that extended 2 series. 6-1 on the stand right now.
Yeah, how about Juan Pierre? Has 2 hits, has scored 3 runs, has not swung the bat, and hasn't been walked.
Yep.
That's not easy to do.
2 bunt hits. Was thrown out trying to bunt, and then was hit by a pitch. Lifts the fly ball to short left. Cole to his left makes the catch. He has been a pest tonight for the Rays. Our Toyota inside look.
First at bat of the game, trying to make something happen and jumpstart this White Sox offense. He did just that, forced the Rays to make a play. They weren't able to. He scored. And then that bunt right there to shortstop. Got it by Jeff Neiman. Stolen base. Really trying to ignite the offense and did a nice job of it.
Vizquel flares one into center field. That's a base hit. Down to second goes Teahen. So Vizquel just put it into play and drops it into shallow center. So he's on for the 3rd time, actually, as a double and a single, and struck out, reached on a wild pitch on that strikeout pitch.
Veterans having a good night. Just a little flare into center field. Saw him take one to the base of the wall out and right. Hit a ground ball to second base, down 2 strikes in the 1st inning to knock a run in.
Carlos Quinton. Pitch upstairs. A ball, no strikes. Quinton has walked and been hit by a pitch. He doubled in 2 runs in the 6th. Foul back. 1-1. Twins have added a run. They lead Baltimore at 3-0. That game's in the top of the 8th in Baltimore. 1-2. Jake McGee throws him a fastball in the upper 90s that time. Cleveland and Kansas City, 2 teams off to great starts, battling each other, scoreless. In the top of the 5th at Kansas City. Quinton with a pop fly into left. Fold is there. 2 outs and the runners are still at first and second. That'll be Paul Konerko. Ayers hit a home run in that Minnesota game, his second. And Scott Baker, who gave the Rays just 1 run through 7 innings Saturday before the Rays eventually came back to win that game 4-3, has worked 7 innings tonight, allowing 4 hits and has 9 strikeouts. 1-0 the count to Konerko. A foul ball back, and that's out of play. 1-1. Rays with 2 shots left. The curveball there. 2-1. Dropped down a little bit on that pitch. A little different look for him.
Well, here it is, the slower breaking ball. I haven't seen too many of those from Jake McGee.
Ground ball. That's going to go through the hole on the left side. There will be a throw to the plate from Fold, but it's over the head of Jaso as the run scores. Tien crossing the plate. Konerko grounds a base hit off a fastball through the hole. That's his 3rd hit. He drives in his 2nd run of the night. And now the White Sox add to this lead.
Well, that fastball just stayed middle of the plate, and Konerko able to squeeze it between 3rd and short. Sam Fold with just an airmail. Probably wasn't going to get him anyway. Put everything into the throw, and fortunately McGee backing up where he should have been was able to cut it off.
9 runs, 10 hits for Chicago. The pitch to Adam Dunn is a strike. One ball, 1 strike. A run in the first, 4 in the third, 1 in the second, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th. Dunn hits a high fly ball to left. Fold toward the line, and Sam makes the catch, retiring the side. White Sox add a run, and they lead 9-2.
and Evan Longoria. Both guys getting closer to returning to the Rays. Evan Longoria before the game stretching. Then he would use Ron Porterfield as a U-Haul here, try to get those legs strengthened up. Taking some ground balls as well. Longoria hit off the tee today for the first time. He'll hit off the tee again tomorrow. And guys, J.P. Howe heading down to Port Charlotte for a little extended spring action. So here's the schedule. Longoria off the tee tomorrow. May get some live BP. Toronto, but more than likely it'll be in Minnesota. Then off to a rehab assignment for J.P. Howe. Tomorrow is step 1 of 9 appearances before he's scheduled to return to the Rays sometime after the middle of May. Good news on both fronts, and Longoria will be traveling with the team on the next trip. Guys, back to you.
All right. Changes for the White Sox as this game moves into the home half of the 8th. Sergio Santos takes over on the hill, and they have a couple defensive replacements behind him. We'll get to those in a moment. Felipe Lopez hitting left-handed against Santos. Santos with a great arm.
Yeah, have not seen him yet in this series.
He throws a strike.
He's been one of the few bright spots in that White Sox bullpen here in April. And you're right, Dwayne, electric, big fastball.
This is just his 3rd year as a pitcher. 1-1 the count. He's a converted infielder. Makes his 7th appearance. That's a strike. It's 1-2. Gets it up there 95 to 98. Brent Morrell in the game at third base. Brent Lillibridge in there in right field. And Lopez called out on strikes. 3rd time he's gone down on strikes. 1 away here in the 8th. There's 10 strikeouts for Chicago pitching. Now Sean Rodriguez will hit in the place of Ben Zobrist. Here's Rodriguez. Sean been wanting to see some right-handed pitching. Well, hello.
Yes, right. Here you go.
95 to 98.
Off the bench.
Upstairs at 96. A ball. It's 1-1. Another fastball. This one a strike. 2-1 to count. Foul ball back. That squares it.
That's something that's always perplexed me. You know, when you do talk about Sean Rodriguez wanting to get some more at bats against right-handed pitching and on and on and on, you know, he made it to the big leagues. He had to hit some right-handed pitching along the way.
He hit right-handed pitching in the minor leagues. And he's out on strikes right here. And that's a very good slider on a guy who throws 96 or 98, and he gives you a slider at 86. Yeah. That's a tough pitch to hit.
Well, Sean Rodriguez coming off the bench cold, facing a guy with an electric arm, and then how about that 86-mile-an-hour slider in a perfect spot with 2 strikes. You got to protect against that fastball. That pitch, that speed is not fair, and that's what Sean Rodriguez is sharing with the rest of the dugout.
Right. Here's B.J. Upton. Pitch inside. B.J. so far 0 for 3 tonight. Fouls a fastball back. 1-1. Santos in 56 games last year had a 296 earned run average. Hard stuff right there at 96 for a strike. Two balls, two strikes. Yeah, that slider right there was 87. I mean, there are fastballs around that are 87.
Yeah, and that's got some break to it.
Yep.
It's not a small little darting slider. That's got some action.
Held up on that one in time, and the count is full. Draws the walk. Two strikeouts and now a walk.
I think after those first two strikeouts, Santos just started to overthrow. Yanked a couple of breaking balls, and then the full count fastball he yanked. He's trying to get too much giddy up on those pitches.
There's Kochman. Hit by a pitch and has walked and scored one of the two runs for the Rays tonight. He pulls it foul. Rays have given up 9 runs tonight after allowing 9 over their last 5 games combined. And Upton moves into second on indifference. 1-1. We should have a poll question as to which is your least favorite occurrence. Second on indifference, or that fake the third and look back to first.
Oh, you know what? I'm smelling 51-49 in the voting. I can't stand either one of those. Goodness. Most useless stat in baseball is indifference.
This one and to left. Right there is Pierre to make the catch, and that retires the side. We go to the 9th inning. 9-2 Chicago. begin their road trip in Toronto. Jeremy Hellickson will be looking for his second win. He'll be opposed by Jojo Reyes. We'll be with you at 7 o'clock in high definition on Sun Sports. That'll be the first of the 3-game series against the Blue Jays. And before the road trip is complete, the Rays will also make a stop in Minneapolis, taking on the Minnesota Twins. As we go to the 9th inning, Juan Cruz is pitcher number 5. Lehman, Ramos, Russell, and McGee, and now Cruz. Facing Alex Rios. Swings through it, strike one. Sean Rodriguez at second base. It's upstairs, 1-1. Cleveland takes a 2-0 lead in the top of the 5th at Kansas City. Ball, 2 strikes. Cleveland leading Kansas City by 2 full games in the AL Central. One and 2 still. White Sox scored in the first, and they've led throughout the evening. It's a strikeout.
Now, how about the snap on this slider by Juan Cruz? This just makes a left-hand turn. Gone. Way off the end of the bat. Rios didn't have a chance to make contact with that, whether he was on it or not. That wasn't long enough.
A.J. Brzezinski. A couple of runs batted in tonight. White Sox catcher. There's a strike. One and one. Jeff Gray first league in the bullpen for the Chicago White Sox. 1 and 2. 1. Ball, 2 strikes, and Brzezinski steps out. Rays will have Hellickson, Price, and Shields in the Toronto series. And right now they know they're going to face 2 left-handers. Reyes in the first game and Romero in the third game. And the Blue Jays are undecided in that middle game. They have activated the hard-throwing right-hander Brendan Morrow, and there's a, I guess, pretty good chance that, well, right there, he's going to pitch the second game.
According to the graphic,
there you are.
He's pitching. That's official.
So breaking news as we sit here and watch this game in the ninth. High pop-up, foul ball. Ooh. Lopez cradles that one right in front of the Rays battery of Cruz and Jaso.
Well, if it was spring training, all 3 of those players would take a lap, touch the pole of wisdom, and we would do it again. This is not ideal. A little get together and a basket catch from your third baseman.
and it almost rims out.
Now Alexi Ramirez. Ball, no strikes. Well, the Rays finished 4-3 in their season series last year with the White Sox. They're 4-3 right now, and this is the wrap-up game of the season series between these two teams. 2-0. Ozzy's team has dropped 7 in a row. The Rays have won 8 out of 9. And a long foul. 2-1. Strike call. 2-2. Cruz in 94 to 95 neighborhood in velocity. Cut the ball, throw that slider, and seen a change up on occasion. Line drive, and it's caught by Lopez. So that takes care of Chicago. 1-2-3. Bottom of the ninth coming. 9-2. The White Sox lead the Rays. Largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. And by your greater Tampa Bay area Buick GMC dealers. Jeff Gray's going to be the new pitcher, the 4th of the night for Chicago. He follows Floyd, Ullman, and Santos to the mound. John Jaso fouls it back. That's a strike. Gray up from Charlotte on the 7th of the month. It's 2 2/3 innings. His only appearance in a White Sox uniform. They came against the Angels on the 15th. 1-1 to count.
One of those games where Ozzie Guillen in the bullpen getting him some work, trying to keep him sharp.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And hoping they don't implode. It's the first time we've seen those two gentlemen's teeth in the last 4 days.
Yeah. Tap back of first. Canerco with Gray over there to cover. One away. So the Rays on the verge of wrapping up their season series with the White Sox. And they will do that, and they have not seen Seattle. They haven't seen Texas. They haven't seen Oakland. They haven't seen Detroit, Kansas City, Cleveland, the Yankees, or the Blue Jays in their own division. And yet they're going to be finished with the White Sox. Elliott Johnson gets another plate appearance. Struck out as a pinch hitter in the 7th. One and 0 the count to Elliott. It's popped up back to third. Morel, and that's going to be down near the bullpen. Neither Pierre nor Morel make a play on it. Popped up. Should be playing. Foul ball for Morel, the third baseman, who makes the grab. 2 up, 2 down against Gray. Well, Sam Fuld will be up here to face Gray, and they will know each other because, of course, the Rays getting Sam Fuld out of the Cubs organization, and he spent a fair amount of time last year in center field leading off for Iowa, their AAA club, and that's where Gray spent the majority of his season last year pitching for Iowa. Fly ball to center. This game is over. Rios makes the catch, and the Rays go quietly in the 9th. 1-2-3. It's a 9-2 final. The Rays out hit 10-8 and dropped the final game of the series here and the final game of the homestand. 2 hours and 58 minutes to play it. We'll take a look at the Miller Lite Tastes Greatness moment. Gavin Floyd pitching very well in his 4th start for the White Sox tonight.
Yeah, the Rays had a couple opportunities in that 3rd and 4th inning, getting some runners on base. Were able to plate a couple in the 4th, but then after that he went right back to work, finished strong in the last 2 innings, 6 up and 6 down, finishing his night. But another quality start, picks up the win.
So Gavin is 2-1. Jeff Neiman, the loser, drops his record to 0-2. We'll be with you tomorrow night on the road from Toronto on Sun Sports in high definition. Our coverage begins at 7 p.m. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, this is Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. White Sox 9, Rays 2, the final. We'll see you next on the postgame.